This program will show you how to create input for the keyboard, and we're going to move a sprite around using that. So we're going to call it Motion Using Keyboard Input. And I'm going to delete the cat and just put in something that's very easy to follow. So let's put in a ball. And we'll use baseball today. As always, we're going to start with an event. We're going to use when the green flag is clicked. The way the program is going to run basically is we're going to use a series of what are called if-then statements. And an if-then statement says if something happens, then you do something else. So each of these are going to be if a particular key is pressed, and I'll use the up arrow for this one. So if the up arrow is pressed, and remember we want to move in the Y direction, I'll go ahead and throw the background in that shows the graph on the back. So if the up arrow is pressed, we want to move up and down, up in the Y direction. So we'll say change Y by 10. And you can make this any value you want. And since we want it to move slow, let's just use a 5 there. Remember in Scratch, if you right click on a piece of code, you can duplicate it. So I'll simply change this one now to if the down arrow is pressed. I'm going to change Y by -5. And then I can duplicate again this whole block of code. I'm going to use the right arrow and the left arrow. However, remember the left and right directions are the X function, so we're going to have to change the X to right is +5. That's over here. And I'm going to change this one to -5. I'm going to drop that in there. We're going to run it, and it's not working yet. Well, that's because the program did start, but it doesn't keep running. We need to put all of this inside a loop called a forever loop. It just keeps running and running, always checking to see if the keys are pressed. And when you put something inside a forever loop, the loop will expand to go around all the code. And one other thing that would be a good idea to do is to put the ball in a position that's standard every time. So I'll change it to 0, 0, which is the middle of the screen. And now our program should work to allow us to move the ball around the stage. So if I press the up arrow, it moves up. If I press the down arrow, it moves down, left, and right. And there's one other thing that I might like to do here. It's a good idea to have a way to stop the program. So let's go ahead and put in one more set of controls. So we'll say if the key, and we'll go ahead and pick X. So if the X key is pressed, we're going to stop the whole program. Drop that in there. Run it one more time. Up, down, left, and right. And you'll notice the program is highlighted in yellow right now. If I press, and that means it's running. If I press the X key, the program stops and I'm all done.